I wonder if it's the new placemats.
What the... placemats? Have you lost your mind? It's that old patty you keep trying to sell to everybody. It's gone bad.
Gone bad? That's nonsense. Bring it here, SpongeBob. Why is it in a cage?
Because it growled at me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, of course, we are covering the topic of Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is probably it's going to go down as like the most important game in history, at least recently. Maybe there's something that's going to come out that just demolishes Helldivers, and I really hope so, because Helldivers makes some statements and it stands proud. Unfortunately, it's not standing so proud anymore, as if you go ahead and take a look at the store page on Steam for Helldivers 2, it is an absolute shit show. It is a mess over there. It's sitting at overwhelmingly negative, with nearly more than half of the reviews being negative. And we're talking out of like 400,000 plus reviews, and 200,000 plus reviews are now negative, which, I mean, for a game like Helldivers, I mean, it needs to succeed in the climate that it's at. It doesn't really have any competitors other than like standing out as like, hey, this game is affordable. This game doesn't bullshit you. This game doesn't try to, pull as much money from you as possible. But a lot of people have like a sour taste in their mouth from how they felt from this game recently, and the recent actions to, of course, force you to make a PSN account and link it to even play the game online. And to play the game online is the entire game. That's kind of the point. It's an online shooter. You remove that, and Helldivers becomes basically Dark Souls. I don't even think you can play offline by yourself. I apologize. If you could, this shit would be super difficult. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about for just a moment why Helldivers 2 was so popular. Why, when it dropped, it was the shit, basically. So Helldivers 2 was a game like no other, coming in at like $30-$40 based on where you were buying it from, compared to like a $60 or $70 game. This already grabbed some people's attention. The trailers, straight patriotism right there. That personality was just unmatched. There was nothing like it. The voice acting on top of that is just too goofy to overlook. There was really nothing like it. You get into the gameplay loop, it's enjoyable. You got your own space Vietnam. There's nothing really like it that exists. It's like that Star Wars game mode, Ewok Hunt, right? But constantly happening. So that's a fun part of it. And you go to the store and you see like a battle pass and you see a storefront and you're like, we're right back to modern gaming. And then you take a look at it a little bit more in depth and you realize I can unlock all of this for free. I don't have to pay for it, and the things that I can pay for are actually very cheap. If you're like me, you remember the good old days of like Black Ops 2. If you wanted to get like a camo pack or something, it was like 99 cents, right? $1.99 if it was a little bit more, fancy. $1.99 or 99 cents was like a huge deal, and that went on every one of your guns. That was crazy. That was like, I feel like, in my opinion, where cosmetics should have stayed in video games, because it was cheap, affordable, easy to access, and they were just cool. Like, you just drop 99 cents on something real quick, and then you got it, right? Helldivers try to keep that vibe going and that feeling going of it's affordable and it's still fun. They do try to add in content updates, and a lot of people I've seen complain like there's just not enough content. In my opinion, I feel like the content's quite enough. Could they do more? Absolutely. And are they planning to? It looks like it all the time. I see all kinds of leaked info, and they keep the personality of the officers of democracy going as they are the devs, and they go on this like, hey, there's no such thing as a flying bug, dude. What are you guys talking about? All these sightings you guys are talking about, they're just not happening. And they're just sprinkling things in, and in such a fun and unique way. No other game has really done this. Let's get into the more negative, though. I know I've been talking this game up, and I probably piqued your interest, but let's talk about why it's overwhelmingly negative on Steam right now. Why Helldivers 2 adding that PSN account is such an issue. For me, it's an issue that you make a PSN account and then you switch to like PC or something. You're playing on PC. You go to Steam for a reason because you enjoyed the experience. You're playing on PC for a reason. You enjoyed the experience. You're not necessarily wanting to be tied down to another company and another company and another company. That was my issue with specifically Xbox games being on PC. I'm not gonna lie, having the Xbox apps open constantly was a total pain in my ass. I fucking hated dealing with Xbox software on PC because it just never worked. It never worked properly, right? And that's not necessarily the case here with the Sony thing. But I don't like having my stuff connected to something all the time. I know a lot of other people don't, and that's why there's so much outcry for this. And just, people are basically boycotting the game. And I might be doing that a little bit here because I'm not necessarily playing the game. But it's, it's not the product that's the problem. It's the company trying to insert this link between the two accounts, right? And you don't want to deal with that. It's just not something you don't want to have to log into 50 things. And they're saying that it's for security purposes, which I and many other people find very odd, considering, quote, security purposes. I mean, I feel like that should have been done when these servers were having a metric shitload of issues and no one could log into the game, or the servers are crashing. There weren't enough servers to keep up with the player count because there were just so many fucking people playing the game and trying to get in the game, to the point where people were literally leaving their machines on, staying logged in, so that way when they came back the next morning they could, play Helldivers. Yeah, I mean, when you hear something like that, that's like insane, right? So you're thinking to yourself, why would they call it security reasons? And it starts to look fishy more and more you dig through it. And for other people across the world, they don't necessarily have the luxury of just, making an account real quick and just logging right in. Some people have to use their face and upload a driver's license or some sort of ID, right? That's not necessarily something everyone wants to be doing, and just handing out personal information to this random corporation for the sake of playing a game, right? The game is great. Everyone loves the game. The community around this game is just unlike any other. And then you're cock blocking everyone by saying, hey, some of you are going to have to give me your personal information, your driver's license, your face, and everything in order to make an account here. And then everyone's like, hey, whoa. You just said like 5 minutes ago we were allowed to play this, and we've been playing it for like months now. And now we're not able to without doing insert steps for, quote, security reasons. What was the security reasons right at the beginning? So another big kind of component to why people aren't exactly vibing with this idea is that it's security reasons, right? So say you have one account with like 3 other accounts linked to it. You run the risk of more chance of, if one of those gets, hit, one of those accounts get hit, information gets leaked out online, a data breach, anything at all happens, you run the risk of everything else linked to those accounts are now at risk. And that's not necessarily something you want. It's not something anyone would want. And looking at Sony's track record, they don't have the best experience when it comes to preventing this sort of thing. If you were to Google for a second, Sony data breach, right? Sony data breach, and you're going to get a metric shitload of results. You're going to see a lot of bullshit and a lot of people trying to cover it up. So with everything kind of combined, you could see why people are pissed. Like, not only they don't want to deal with Sony, they don't want to have to. They're saying it's for security reasons, but in an oxymoronic manner, they don't have great security, right? It's not we already have Steam 2-factor authentication. I feel that Steam is probably one of the strongest fucking security systems that I've ever, I've put myself in harm's way multiple times as a dumb little 12-year-old, right, with my Steam accounts, and not once have I ever been breached. It's wild because I've always been able to just log right in after a quick recovery, boom, done, nothing, no harm, no foul. Even worse yet, if you go ahead and try and use a VPN really quick and make your PSN account in a different region where you don't have to, go through all of giving your government-issued IDs and all this other ridiculous ass shit, by the way, which is insane to me. You need to give a government-issued ID to a corporation just to play a goddamn video game. Insane to me. Maybe a concept that I just don't really get. Maybe I'm the idiot here, but I think that's just fucking ridiculous. But if you were to theoretically get that VPN, make that account somewhere else, and then log in, you would just get banned. I've seen a couple people on Twitter already just get hit with a ban hammer doing this, and it's kind of ridiculous. You don't want to deal with it. There's no workaround, and they're trying to force your hand. If they're just going to outright ban your account. And now that you've linked things, if you're trying to like make another account or something, there's a possibility that, hey, we've already seen this guy. He's already tried to log in with, an incorrect account. We didn't like the way he logged into his PSN or made a PSN the way it wasn't supposed to. So I'll just ban that account, or say he's hardware banned on his PS5. I don't know how this whole thing is working out, but say that, and now you're completely shut out of luck playing the game altogether. Or I don't even know if they can do a hardware ban at all. Say like they do it on your PC or something. I feel like it's a very easy workaround on a PC as opposed to a PS5, but you're getting the big picture. It's kind of a pain in the fucking ass. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Yeah, so for a while, I don't know if I'll be playing Helldivers. I think I kind of want to support this whole deal of not, it's not necessarily Arrowhead's fault. Keep that in mind. It is not the developer's fault. Please do not bring any hate to these developers. They're wonderful people, wonderful developers. They love their community. The community loves them. It's Sony. This is not Arrowhead's, deal. It is completely out of their hands. We've seen this time and time again with many game companies. Don't bring any hate towards them. So for now, I won't be playing until some sort of resolution comes up. I may use old gameplay, but I don't know if you guys really want to see old Helldivers gameplay where I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So yeah, anyway, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you for watching, and let's try to get that engagement going, because I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can, and I apologize if I don't upload as much. I've been very busy in my personal life, and I do have a couple pre-recorded already, so I'm trying to get those out. So let's get that engagement going to grow the channel and really try to entertain as many people as I can. Subscribe, stick around. Of course, like I said, I'm still working on these other videos. Let me know what I can do in the comments to improve on the quality of these. If this one was a little more unscripted, I have my other videos are more scripted. I don't know if you prefer the less scripted versions, if you prefer the more scripted. Let me know.